Hey, what's happening? What's up? You're watching All the Way Up Crypto. And I want to apologize first for not getting this video out yesterday. I also need to give a big shout out to Crypto Blood and his homeboys, whoever they were out there, Mark O, Mark A. When I heard this information yesterday, man, woo! I couldn't contain myself. I started texting everybody, calling everybody, and I forgot to get a video up. Yeah, but sometimes you got to take care of family first. So, I mentioned the other night about Mr. Wonderful, his lovely self, getting into an ICO. It should be out approximately, I believe, in 2 weeks' time. I don't know what's going on there. Missing half the page there. Oh, there it's go. There, oh, now we're loading. Thank you, Firefox. Anyway, so the hotel asset-backed ICO. So the guys who got a hold of my man over there, Crypto Blood, they found on the Ethereum blockchain that there is a Ritz Carlton tokenization. This token is on the Veritaseum platform, folks. Now, you can tell this was created 5 days ago. It looks like Reggie probably gave him a million Veritasium, and they gave it the Ritz free after it. However this is going to work, I don't know. Is this fact? I don't know, but you know, the blockchain doesn't lie, my friends. That's why it's so nice. It's truth, it's honesty. This hasn't been publicly announced. This is all 100% speculation, with probably 99% confidence that this is a Ritz Carlton that is tokenizing ownership in their hotel chain. Now, why is this a big deal? Well, if we understand what Veritasium, let's go back and understand what Veritasium is. Who's behind it? Reggie Middleton, phenomenal entrepreneur. Has been in the financial industry, has called out the crashes and big booms and busts before they even happen, because he knows the dishonesty, the total manipulation, all the bad stuff that goes on in the markets. He wanted to create a platform where it brought truth to the market. So Veritas, in Latin, I believe it's Latin, stands for truth. So he wants to veritize every asset. So basically he wants to create an asset trading platform. So understand how this is going to work is, from what I understand, it'll be real easy for a company, rather than issuing stock, if they want to raise money like most companies that go public do, they offer an initial public offering. They go through all the proper regulations and they say, hey, we're going to offer stock. And then now people that own shares of the stock are owners in the company. The problem we have is the stock exchange is all traded on derivatives. So at the end of the day, not everybody truly has those actual stock certificates in their name. Veritasium's platforms, and I'm going to say platforms because there's multiple parts to what Veritasium is doing. So think of Veritasium as a more or less a software company on the blockchain that will be decentralized. It is decentralized. They have their VERI program out right now that basically will go and invest in tokens and different cryptos for you, and you don't even have to worry. You just say, hey, this is the risk I'm willing to take, and I'd like exposure to this much exposure. But you definitely got to check it out. There's some really good information on it. Now, if you don't go buy Veritasium now, I can promise you're going to say, man, I wish I would have bought it when All the Way Up told me to buy it. When Aaron said, go buy Veritasium. It's up 100% today. Well, at one point it was up 100%. If we take a look on lovely coin market cap, see where Veritasium's at, and its increase. It is at $223. It is up 80%. bang! I'm telling you, people found out about the Ritz Carlton. Now, why is this a big deal? They're like, oh, the Ritz Carlton, they want to offer ownership. Let's understand how this is going to work, my friends. Rather than Ritz Carlton offering stock, Kevin O'Leary and company and the Ritz, they all went through the proper vetting through the SEC. This is all being approved through the SEC. Okay, just as he said back here. The key is to go to the regulator and say, I want to work with you. I don't want to tear the world apart. I want to be regulated. I want to do this by the rules. I don't want to destroy the government. I want to make money. I'm a believer that asset-based coins will replace small cap stocks. I believe he's probably pretty darn right. Here's what's going to happen. Provided this whole Ritz-Carlton deal is what it is, and it goes on and does what we all think it's going to do, think of what's happening with this situation is companies will get away from going through all the crazy amount of money they have to spend to create stock and simply use the Veritasium platform. Do you understand how big Veritasium is going to get and how big it will be? And the fact that it's going to bring truth to the markets, the fact that when you're trading with someone, you're trading a token that's based on a smart contract that says, I own this, that's way better than a stock certificate with all the in-between middlemen, this guy, that guy, the next guy, and everybody in between. Come on. Come on. This eliminates a lot of the problems we have in our current system. So if you don't have Veritasium right now, I suggest you go do whatever you can to get it. Now, how and where do you get it? Well, if we go back and look to see what exchanges Veritasium is on, we have a little bit of some minors. It's not as easy. Hit BTC, Mercatox are probably the two places that are probably easier for somebody who's used to buying things on regular exchanges that they can get it there. I've never heard of this Vebit coin. You can see 55,000 in 24-hour volume as opposed to Fork Delta. So I'm going to walk you through briefly how to get Veritasium on Fork Delta. The rest of you might have to kind of dig in and research. If any of you guys follow Bix Weir on Road to Ruta, he did talk about this today, and I think when he talked about it, that's when the price went crazy, because it was, I think, around $128 this morning. Regardless, it went up drastic, maybe 130, 150, I don't know, but you can see it's up 80%. So we're looking at Fork Delta. Fork Delta used to be, well, while it's a fork of Ether Delta, and Bix Weir mentioned about getting Veritasium on Ether Delta. Just to correct him, you need to go to Fork Delta. Ether Delta, as far as I'm concerned, has been defunct. It's not listed on CoinMarketCap anymore. People have switched over to using Fork Delta. And I'm not sure why it's taken so long to load, but we'll wait for it here. Okay, here we go. Normally it's not this slow, guys. Usually it loads rather quickly and you don't have to worry about too many things. So there are videos out there that describe how to use different parts of this platform, but I'll just walk you through it briefly. So once you get your Ethereum loaded, you need Ethereum to get Veritasium on here. You can't do Litecoin or Bitcoin or anything else. You need Ethereum to buy things on Fork Delta. So Fork Delta, Ether Delta, they were designed to run on the Ethereum blockchain. It's decentralized. That's part of the reason why it's running so slow. Part of the reason why it's not as quick as any other regular exchange that is centralized, because a centralized exchanges are able to maximize their transactions much better than a decentralized one. So when the order book and a volume finally loads, but I'm just going to go over some things. Up here is where you change the token that you want to trade for. Okay, you can click here, or if you see it down here in the volume. Now, mind you, there's been the volume on here alone is at least 2,000 more than what it was this morning when I looked at it. So you can click here and go through the long list, or if you see a token you want on here, you can just click on it. And not sure why we are going so slow. I'm going to close out of these. That'll help. Who knows? Alright. That is not Veritasium. There we go. Now it's loading. We're going to load up Veritasium. Hopefully. Yes. Man. Almost up to half of an ETH for one. So what happens here on Ether Delta is it's asking for a deposit. So you need to deposit your Ethereum. So there's a deposit column, a withdrawal column, and then stuff that is on Ether Delta. So that is the Ether Delta column over here. So when you go to deposit, actually maybe I can set up an account here real fast. My oh my, I hope you guys aren't trying to get any Veritasium off here right now. Might be struggling. The good thing about Fork Delta is you can hook up your Ledger Nano S and it works with it and keeps all your private keys away from Ether Delta. So another benefit to having a Ledger Nano. There's, I don't think none of the other hardware wallets are listed to work here. So again, that's another reason why I like my Ledger Nano, is I can do trades on here, but I have been having issues with it. Your other option is to look up how to use MetaMask. So MetaMask is rather nice. Again, it keeps your private keys in your browser, not quite as secure as a hardware wallet, but still nonetheless not a bad way to go. But anyway, well, I'm just going to tell you to YouTube how to use Ether Delta because it'll go through everything here. But here are the sell orders. Here are the buy orders. You can see the buy orders. People are willing to pay whatever's going on up here for these buy orders. Look, 0.44. You have how many of those orders are going to be filled from these buy orders down here, folks. Wow. I can't stress to you enough how awesome and how valuable these coins and tokens are going to be. The ICO, when it happened, they didn't sell out of them. And the founder, Reggie Middleton, kept the tokens. What he's doing is using them to give them to the companies that sign on to use the Veritasium platform, which isn't a bad idea, but there's only like 1 million or 2 million in circulation. So that's another reason why the price is pretty high right now for them. But anyway, do yourself a huge favor. Take this as a rumor right now that is probably true. I think it's about 2 weeks or so. Just keep your eyes open as to what's going to come out of Kevin O'Leary and the ICO they're going to have. Again, I think it's the Ritz Carlton, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be doing it on the Veritasium platform. All right. So if you guys are personal friends or family, and you're not sure how to use Fork Delta or Ether Delta, go ahead and give me a call. I'll walk you through the steps. If you're okay with working and doing some things. But other than that, folks, wow. Hey, if you liked what I talked about here tonight, hit that like button so we can spread the word about this, get the word out to as many people as we possibly can. So make sure you like it. The more people that like it, the better chance we have of more people seeing it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and ding that bell. Because you never know when I might give you a little heads up on something. I wish I would have gave you a heads up yesterday on March 22nd, because you could have got Veritasium at, well, at least an 80% discount from where it's at right now. So anyway, so MetaMask and Ledger Nano S work, or you could create a new account, send some Ethereum to it, and then withdraw from there. But you can also import. Not the best thing to do if you created a MyEther wallet. You can, if you have the private keys or the private key saved, you can import it here. So when you click on import, ask for the public and private key. My personal preference, though, anymore is to get the MetaMask add-on for your browser, whether you use Firefox or Google Play or Google Chrome. Get that add-on. It'll keep you a little bit safer. And if you have a Ledger Nano, go ahead and use it. But again, recently I've had some issues with the transaction propagating or registering, going out to the blockchain. So all this stuff happens in a smart contract. So if you want to buy something here, or even when you deposit or withdraw, that's a transaction that goes out to the Ethereum blockchain, and it does cost you a little bit in gas. So it costs you a little bit there, but man, wow! And there's a reason why you can only get Veritaseum on here. I think part of it is a liquidity issue because there's not that many, but I think the other big issue is the platforms that trade now know that Veritasium could very well take over. But really, if Mr. Wonderful's going through and doing this the right way, through the Securities and Exchange Commission, who I don't care for, because they're telling me I have to be an accredited investor for different things. But, hey, if this works, this could pave the way. I'm telling you, you might see a ton of companies, hey, we need to issue more stock. Whoa, let's not issue more stock. Let's issue our own token. That'll save us some money up front. Things will be traded properly. We won't have to worry about all the paperwork. There's a lot that goes into all that stuff. And I heard there was a flood in New York City somewhere at one point in time that ruined a ton of the stock certificates. So be aware of that stuff, guys. All right? Do the best you can to acquire as much information as you can. I know some of you are just getting started in crypto. Hey, you're limited on the amount of time you can invest in it. So find some people to give you a quick update, quick news. Listen to YouTube on the way home. Find some good people to follow and do what you got to do. All right? So just want to get that out to you guys. And thanks for watching. We'll probably see you again. I don't know about tomorrow. Depends on what's going on. Do have some places I have to be. Maybe I'll just go live from my phone from wherever I'm at and give you guys an update on some things. But other than that, keep it real, spread the love, keep crypto, keep on rocking in this free world, and I'll talk to you later, guys.